All righty, folks. Here we are. Welcome to another episode of the Mapping Your AI and Marketing Success podcast. We got a good one for you today. My name is Greg Goshorn. I am your host. We're so happy to have you with us live, YouTube, wherever this is syndicated, clips. Probably some of this stuff is going to turn into. And this podcast is really, it's all about helping businesses and the audience, right? How we learn together, we grow together. And you could be a brick and mortar, could be an online store, you could be a franchise, right? Anyone that's supporting, people spreading their words, sharing their knowledge, and we'll give you a chance at the end, come on and apply to share your story, your AI victories, your marketing success, your products or services, more specifically, my jargon, your features, your benefits, and the outcomes and the transformations of your customers, of you helping. So today we have Sara. Hi, Sara.
Hi.
And I'll just give you a little background, and we're going to waste no time. We are going to dig right in with you. But so Sara is an HR and AI consultant, founder, EOS HR and AI Consulting. She works with small and growing businesses, strengthen their people operations, and I love this too, you know me, introducing practical AI tools that can reduce administrative workload, improve consistency, and she's not exactly new to the game. 2 decades of experience, HR, operations, technology. But what she brings, she focuses on clear policies, compliant, big word, right?
Big
Compliant
word, scary word.
processes, yeah, simple systems, right? And guess what? Teams can maintain them. So her work blends, traditional HR guidance, and she brings in this modern automation and AI governance. Oh, another one of my favorite words, governance. So many
Another big
bad
scary
stories.
word.
Yeah. And so what happens is organizations can move faster without the unnecessary risk. So, she's kind of got a gift for translating complex topics into clear, actionable steps that help business owners make confident decisions. That sounds really good. Well, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. This is gonna be good. And I was telling her right before we fire this thing up, right? I'm interested in hearing her answers and how she puts this to work, because that part of that could be my bio, like, cutting through this stuff, getting
Right.
clarity, actionable things, putting AI to work.
Mm-hmm.
So man, this is going to be good. So here we are. Let's
Yeah.
dive right in.
Okay.
So, how do you help small businesses put that in there? Like put AI in, like, so help their
Yeah.
operations
Yeah.
without the risk, because we know AI, man, it can hallucinate, it can do all these things.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that it's understanding that it can do that. It's understanding that they need to know what the risks are before they even step into it, because there's so many opportunities for something to go wrong. But there's also so many opportunities for AI to help the business do things faster and do things more efficiently. And as a solo business owner myself, the amount of work that I'm able to produce, and then therefore, help my clients produce using AI is exponential. And so I think it's important to know that this is a time saver. This is something that they need to invest in, but they need to do it right, because it should not be a replacement for anything. It's always something I say every single day, I think, is that AI needs to be babysat.
Oh,
You can't let it go. It's not a grown up yet. It cannot do anything on its own. You need to be checking in on it. And I think that's the key.
Oh man, there's some good stuff. I'm gonna start unpacking a little bit. For me, maybe the audience, AI plus human,
Yes,
always.
always.
Um, Babysit it, make sure it's right. I also
Hmm.
love the thing at the beginning of like actually having a plan and like
Yes.
putting instead of just like what I've seen in the years that so we've used it for 8 years, we've been teaching it for 4 years, and then that was kind of that watershed event. This little thing called
Hmm.
ChatGPT came along,
Right.
and then people just run around with AI like a hammer looking for a nail. When
Hmm.
you should come at it, and I think what I heard you saying, like come at it with a problem and figure out it can help you solve an issue, right?
Right. Right. I have, so I've gone through a number of different certifications and training courses to do this and to learn more about what AI can do and how I can ask it, how I can learn to ask it what it can do. But what I see so much in these environments, in these groups, is that, somebody puts out a prompt of like, hey, I can make myself a picture of me as a superhero, which is totally awesome. And that's really fun. And that's great that it can do it, but how does it really help you in the day to day? How does that help a small business owner get through 100 emails that just came in? How does it help keep track of who on your team is doing what and why are they spending so much time spinning their wheels? And so I think it's really important to kind of take that step back and understand where it can really be effective.
Oh, truth, truth. So let's think about sometimes, many times, um, these businesses, the owners, the management, they're overwhelmed.
Yeah.
First of all, with AI, and then actually, and you deal with a very specific industry with HR.
Hmm.
So how do you help them get through? To get going. You hinted at it, right? But I think they're afraid of like ending up with like more chaos than progress.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really important to take that step back and understand what the workflow is and what you want it to be before you try to automate it, before you try to ask AI to do it. Because if you don't know what the full workflow is, especially if you have a team of people and they're doing parts of the workflow and you don't know where they're stepping in or stepping out and what their strengths are, then you can create something that doesn't actually solve a problem. So you really need to sit down, and this is what I do with my clients and what I do for myself when I'm evaluating how to incorporate AI into a process is, what does the process look like now? What is it can I make a workflow on the screen or on paper or whatever of what it does now, and start to plug in where we can add AI to make that an easier workflow. Because if you try to add AI to something that's already broken, it just makes it broken faster.
Ooh, broken faster. I love
Yes.
that. That's a phrase, and
Yep.
and it's not untrue,
Yes.
right? Uh,
And
yeah,
I have done it. I have been a victim of that myself, where I'm like, oh, that is not what I wanted.
and this is fundamental, and we've seen this in our deployments, and anybody who's doing it right is spending the time up front to do the things on procedures. Oh, and
Mhm.
data.
Yes.
Like a good project. I don't know what the numbers are. It might be demonstrable that a 25%, 30%, 50% of a successful project is getting everything lined up
It's the planning. It's all
between
it's
your
all the planning.
planning, your data, your procedures.
Hmm.
So I think that really puts a bow on it for how they're not creating more chaos.
Yes. Yeah, definitely.
Excellent. I love that one. Hey, we're going to keep digging here. Thank you. So little bit deeper, right? So you're sitting
Mhm.
at this kind of intersection of HR and
Mhm.
AI, and everybody's figuring out how to sort this, into their own industry. But you have compliance. um,
Yes.
you have like real risks when people adopt AI without
Mhm.
like policies, right? Or
Mhm.
guardrails. I mean, that's right in the governance conversation.
Right. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
how do you address that?
So there's several different ways that I look at this. One is the confidentiality aspect, and so this is looking at what are people putting into AI and how is it protected. So do you have a policy, or do you have a rule that says, we're not putting client data in, we're not putting our IP in, we're not putting our our internal confidential information in, um, and making sure that the triggers are set up on your whatever LLM you're working with, whether it's Claude or Copilot or ChatGPT, to make sure it's not learning from your data. So I mean, like the first thing I'd show
Ding,
anybody:
ding, ding. Turn off, do not train the
turn
model.
off, do not train this. This is my
It's
data
under
and I want
settings in all of them.
it.
And
Yes.
these suckers, I'll get out of your way in one sentence.
Yeah.
They leave it on, which is I
Yep.
think, a poor choice for the user. Go ahead.
Yeah. 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 No, it's important. It's the first thing I do in any training is let me show you how to turn this off, because it's none of their business. The second issue that we have to define is hiring biases from an HR standpoint. And so, some people will, and I do this where it's like, you have so much data. If somebody's doing hiring, they'll get 50, 100 resumes, especially right now, and they put them all in. And if they're not careful about the questions that they're asking AI to look for, then it could be considered a bias. It could be, if you come back with, if somebody comes back 6 months later and asks, why didn't you hire me? What exactly was the decision behind why you didn't choose me? And it was just a random AI, filter that you can't explain, then that becomes problematic. And so having some structure around, if we're going to use AI in hiring, what exactly is it looking for? What is it? What are the boundaries? What are the criteria? What are the questions? Can we give an actual scorecard to each candidate so that we can look at it? Because remember, we have to babysit AI, so we have to look at the results and say, okay, this makes sense.
Ooh, babysit AI is word of the day for me.
That is the phrase of the day. So,
It is. I mean, AI plus human, and I talk about it like, it's 80/20, but it's really like 10% human up front. Hopefully AI can do 80% of the
yeah,
lifting.
yeah,
Maybe not. Yeah, agents and all this stuff happening now, but surely always human at the end, right?
always human at the end. Always, always,
Yeah.
always. Yeah.
Oh,
And the third thing is AI doesn't always leave a paper trail. I mean, I don't know about you, but have you ever? Whenever I try to like go back and find a conversation, I can't find it. I can't. I have to search for it. I've actually gotten to a point where I ask Claude to go find my conversations because I have so many and I can't find them, even if I rename them. But if you make a decision using AI, then there's AI is not going to be held responsible for that decision. If you decide to fire somebody because you've gone through all this conversation with AI and come to that decision, when that person brings you to court, and you can't say, "Oh well, AI told me to do it," and that's going to be an acceptable answer. So you have to, again, babysit AI. You need to like push back and understand the risks of what you're doing.
oh boy. Yeah, we've seen this in court, and that goes back pretty far.
Yeah.
Um, Excellent. Well, let's drill down a little bit. So maybe maybe you could share an example of how somebody put like an AI workflow or system or something
Yeah.
together where the what did it do? Like it saved some time. It took some admin off them.
Oh yeah, completely. So, one of the top examples for me from the HR standpoint is doing a job description, and I'm going to define this first because a lot of people think job description and they think of like what you see on Indeed or LinkedIn or something. But an HR job description is very detailed. It has who like what the responsibilities are, yes, what the expectations, what the skills that are required, yes, but you have to be really careful that are these skills actually required or just wanted? And what are the physical requirements of the job? And what is the sound like? Are they working at a desk? Are they going to be standing? Are they going to be sitting all day? What are these all these details that have to be done? And along with that, you have to do the job posting, which is much more of a marketing tool where you are at. That's what you see on LinkedIn. And what I've done with a lot of clients is we'll have a conversation where they're ready to hire somebody, and we can actually take that transcript and put it into a custom GPT or a project in Claude or any of these skills that are built. Just dump that transcript in, and both of those things come out within seconds. Something that would have taken us hours to create previously is now ready for sign off and ready for posting and bringing those job candidates in. So it just relieves all of that stress and all of that like tension around that.
Ooh, I love that one. I love that one. We were just writing up a case study, and this is some, I don't know, probably low hanging fruit compared to AI agents. I
Mm-hmm.
doing everything, but getting a process that's well
Yep.
defined with the data
Yep.
and giving it some data, giving it some custom instructions, not to get too jargony,
Yep.
but then that is probably a great example where, um, dare we call it a simple AI workflow, saved
Yep.
you some time.
Yeah, and it doesn't like the agents are great. I love my agents. I love my skills. I love all the things that it does automatically. But these things that I can, dump it in there and it comes out formatted and it has all the details that I need and I don't have to think about it. I mean, I have to think about it, but I have in review. But I don't have to come up. I don't have the white page. I don't have the blank page syndrome or the blank page issue
Right. Yeah.
where do we start? I'm much better at refining than I am at starting from scratch.
And it is, right. And so there's some jargon in there, so when forever we've thought about automation and
Mhm.
technology, and I'm of a certain age. uh, we've online, business processes, IT,
Mhm.
all of that, and then AI with these AI helpers, and so technically, you know, custom GPTs is kind of an automation agency
Yeah.
by definition. My definition is where it actually goes off, thinks and controls like
Right.
browsers, looks up files,
Mhm.
does the research rather than say wordsmithing something. So it's coming. I mean, we said
Yeah.
2026 was going to be the year of agents, and I follow this closely every day, and it is an absolute dang moving target. And frankly, for us
It is.
users, getting better by the minute because
It
like
is.
a month or two ago, you had to go buy a Mac Mini and do all this stuff. And then I saw even like today, and this is, I don't know, it's April 26th, you know, where all the bigger, the other of the bigger players, we've got the
Mhm.
Claude, the OpenAIs, which is ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Uh, Lest we forget this little place called Google. Um, they're now working on this. I saw something from Claude where they're going to like set up these agents for like 8 cents an hour. Are you
Yeah.
kidding me? Anyways, that's another show.
That's
Thank
a
you
whole
for
that's a whole
thank you
nother
for a concrete
conversation.
example. So now let's do this. Let's go. Well, that was very micro.
Mhm.
Let's go macro. So there's people steering the ships at like C-suite levels, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, what about these leaders that are curious about AI, but
Mm-hmm.
what are some? I mean, they're probably concerned about compliance,
Yep.
governance.
Yep.
Do the employees trust it? How do
Mm-hmm.
you like take some steps with them to make them feel safe?
Well, I think it goes back to that, taking that step back and looking at the whole process. And there's three questions that a manager or a leader should ponder when they're considering integrating AI. And the first one is, what problem is it solving? And so it's, going back to that workflow. And is the workflow broken? Is the workflow getting stuck or bottlenecked somewhere? But what problem is this really going to solve? And then the second is along the confidentiality line is, what data will it touch? Is it going into email? Is it going into client data? Is it going into a database? Where is it reaching out and touching things? And is that okay? And the third is, who's going to own the outcome? Who's going to make sure, who's going to be the babysitter and make sure that it actually does what it's supposed to do? Because we're going to get it. And even the example I just gave about the job posting, I'm sure by next month I'll have some way that, at the end of a call, it'll just automatically create a job posting for me without me having to do anything. But I still need to look at it before it goes out. I still need to double check that. And I think that if you can answer those, then the company has a structure around how they're making that decision. And it's going to reduce a lot of risk. It's going to reduce anxiety for the people, understanding that this is a tool, not a replacement for them. And that there's still going to be some ownership and accountability and responsibility by the staff.
That's got to be in their thought process, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there's so much depth here. Like, uh, they got to know people are already using it. So how do you like think about this and rein this in? And we probably have another or two or three more, conversations privately or in the podcast here.
Right.
We're gonna keep this close to our regular time frame. We're in the home stretch, folks. Check back, check, on the YouTube, check on the websites of upcoming episodes, especially if you're in the HR circle, because we know that it's definitely. I love this use case for it, and it's been close to me for a while. That I think that there can be some good lift throwing AI at it. So,
Yeah.
last one. How do you help companies like balance efficiency of the human side of the work when you're trying to add like these tools or these automations? Because we know that like this AI plus human is almost synergistic, right? It can
Yeah.
give us some lift, but it's not easy.
It's not easy, but I think it's again, AI is a tool, and so it should be taking that administrative burden off of the employees. It should be it should be helping the humans do their work better. Because somebody who is stressed out and has been working for 10 hours a day just trying to get through their email, which was me about a year ago, is not as productive as somebody who is reviewing a document, is reviewing something that AI presented to them. And I'll give you just a quick example from my point of view. That like yesterday I was dealing with an issue that I could have taken a whole day building out a spreadsheet to analyze it. And I was able to put 2 reports into AI, and it actually built out the entire spreadsheet analyzing it. And I could go in and see where the problems were and what I had to address. So what could have taken me an entire week to work on now is within like 2 or 3 hours. And I have multiple examples of that where it's just it allows me to present myself as a consultant even more professionally, even more profoundly, because I'm not always running to catch up. And I think that's where most small business owners and most small teams are, is that they're just trying to keep up with everything. And AI is moving so fastly that it needs to, you need to understand this is here to help you, and it's here to make your life easier, and it's here to expand on what your skills are versus try and replace you.
It's literally it's I call them AI VA,
Yeah.
AI
Mm-hmm.
employee, AI is
Mm-hmm.
your intern. I
Yep.
mean, imagine like handing every person a smart intern.
Right.
Do they need to guide them? Do they need to show them? Do they need to
Yeah.
coach them? But can they hand them a stack of spreadsheets and come back and tell me your analysis of this? And then you
Right.
can do higher cognitive work, revenue generating work, whatever
Whatever
the
it is
phrase is.
yeah, whatever it is that you're supposed to be focused on, you're not stuck in the minutia. You are
Oh,
actually doing the higher level work, the higher thought work, and able to perform at a better rate.
oh, ah, so much goodness. I mean, uh, we're so aligned on. I, I don't want to say the right way. In my mind,
A good way, a good way.
a good way, and maybe demonstrably a proven way
Hmm.
to put AI to work.
Yeah,
So we're gonna have to have you back.
I would love to come back. This has been fun.
Yeah, yeah. So as we come to a close here, let's make sure that people know how to get in touch with you.
Yes.
And I always ask for my audience because I lead with value, and I know so many others do. I think Sarah might have a little gift for you all. So,
I
Sheriff,
do have a
like, bring
gift.
this home. Like, how do they find you? Surely there's going to be stuff in descriptions. You know,
Yep.
when this thing
We'll,
is syndicated, right? But we'll
yep.
give you the floor for a minute, and I can put up. I think I have a link to show.
You do. So the gift that I want to share with everybody is going into a little more detail about those three questions that I brought up for leaders. And this is what I call the AI pause button. It's just taking a breath and making sure you're asking these questions before you move forward and making any decisions on how you're utilizing and how you're integrating AI into your system. And so hopefully people will find that useful. And as along with that, they're always welcome to reach out to me. I am on LinkedIn, and make sure you have that link in your show notes, as well as our website and my email address. So
Right.
I'm
And
happy
really, your
to.
website's nested right in there, right? It's like the
It is. It's
EOSHR.com.
eoshr.com. Yep.
Gotcha.
And that is my website, and they can find me, and I'm always happy to talk to people. I also offer an AI clarity call that we can just talk through and see what kind of a workflow might work for you to start to implement AI into your business.
Ooh, I just what a great use case, because there's actually like really rigid rules in HR,
Yep.
which algorithms and computers and AI can hopefully follow. Got to babysit AI.
Babysit AI. Babysit AI.
Babysit AI. I throw my little thing up here, and I'm gonna share that. I think in some of my message, and at least probably I do this a niche for me. You're in the HR niche, right?
Hmm.
And we've a marketer means like have a niche, and what we discovered, what we found, was that uh, there's underserved communities, and some of us the youth, and I've been on the education team, for our AI Catalyst here in
Hmm.
Cincinnati, and now I'm on the older adults team, and that's kind of what we've picked because people need to use AI, and I think they're underserved. And wages. Geez, I just did a thing this week where something came out. Job descriptions and pay, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
56% lift with your AI skills from
Yeah.
an outfit called PwC, which is a big international, like real legit place. So babysitting AI, I love it.
Yep.
Well, oh my gosh, we made it, folks. What a great show. Thank you, Sarah, for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, and we love our guest, and frankly, um, we'd love to have you join us, the audience here, right? Yeah, we'll have you
Yes.
back too.
Let us come
Um,
back.
tell us your story, feature your business. You can go to the link here. It's mappingyourmarketing.com/podcast. You can apply, um, register and start the process. And the marketer in me, it gives lift to us, but it gives lift to the attendees, right? So you have promotions, you can cut the stuff up, you get snippets, you get all of this, pillar content and multi distribution, all of that good stuff. So, whoo! Thank you, Sarah.
Oh,
Thank
thank
you
you.
all. Look, come back, watch this one, but look at all the others. I mean, we've got some tremendous people just like her in different disciplines. We have exit strategists, we have coaches, health and wellness coaches, um, operations people, um, junk cleanup people have been on here.
I might need some.
Oh, it's great. Oh, this guy built a tremendous thing. He's given back. Like they actually sort the junk and they donate the good stuff.
Oh, good. That's great.
Yeah, and we're all about that too. I mean, we donate images and videos to charities and nonprofits. So,
Mm,
anyways, we are gonna tap out. You'll have to catch us again next time. Thank you.
thank you.